America!
Hey guys, it's Mr. Guns. We're here to talk about the new M&P Compact 2.0 that just came out. Got it over here behind the Angel Soft. It's see, it's clear. There's nothing in it. Got to for all the safety police out there. So what do you think about it, Josh?
You know, I think it's a really nice gun. They took everything that they upgraded from the regular 2.0s. They kept it for this gun. They hit a size that only Glock's been doing for quite a while. Getting that mid-frame handgun that everyone wants. Adam?
So it's got a lot better texture than the Glock. They went after the stippling market to try and kill the aftermarket. They also did front serrations, which Glock did for about 3 months during the summer and then stopped for some reason on the Gen 5. A lot of 1911 guys like the ambi butterfly safety. It's also got an ambi release for the slide, and you can switch the mag release as well.
So like I said, the title of the video is going to be 5 reasons why the M&P is better than the Glock. So let's just take it out and compare the two. Notice this one is safe and clear. So if we look at the size of it, they're virtually identical in size. It's pretty obvious that Smith went for this particular market. I think they did a good job with it. They're about the same thickness, but because of that kind of curved top, it's a little bit more comfortable. Also, you know, side to side, it's about the same. The triggers line up pretty close. I mean, all in all, it's a fairly identical form factor. So why is it better? Well, I will start with the sights. These have the steel sights on them on top, as opposed to the little square plastic ones that the Glocks have. I think that a lot of people like those sights. You hear a lot of people complaining about the Glock sights. Plus, it's 3-dot, which is kind of cool, versus the square style of Glock sight. We've got the option for a safety. We all know Glock has the I forget their term for it. What's it called?
MHS.
The what?
MHS.
Well, the safe action is what they call it. And so they've got that on the trigger, but you know, there's never an option for a safety. So this gun comes in 2 flavors. It comes in the safety and non-safety version of the 9 and the 40. So that's one thing that's better about it, is the fact that you can have those safeties like that.
And then if you don't get the safety version, it's also still going to be like the Glock where you have the safety built into the trigger.
So you have choices, right? And there's also, this thing has a steel lined frame on it as opposed to the Glock. It's all polymer. Some people think that that adds reliability, that makes it a little bit better too. A lot of people like the grip ergonomics better. There's 2 things about it. It is a little bit more ergonomic. It does feel a little bit better. It also doesn't have that carve out that they added. Since we've been selling these Gen 5s, people have been talking about the carve out and how they don't really like that under their finger. And also with the grip, they added this stippled stuff. You can adjust the grip out. So that is that's another thing. How many things is that? Is that 4 or is that 30?
I think that's 4.
Okay, so that's 4. Oh, another cool thing is they add the little mag extensions. So you can use the full-size M&P mags with it, just like you can with a 19. It adds a 17, but the 17 hangs out and you have to buy an aftermarket extension. They've got these little grip extensions. So that's pretty cool too. So I have always been a big Glock fanboy. These guys have been more M&P people. But I'm going to take this out today, see how well I like it, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so my normal guy is not with us today, so I'm out here kind of having to film this thing myself. We're out at our land that we shoot at. So we're just going to shoot a couple of these targets over here like this. Since it's a carry gun mostly, and it's, you know, kind of a practical gun, I'm going to focus mostly on just how it shoots and if it hits pretty well and that kind of thing, keeps it pretty accurate. So let's go with a quick what's in the box. We're just working off my tailgate today. It's a very dirty tailgate. So as we described earlier, what was in the box, of course you get the gun. It comes with 2 magazines. You have all these back straps, and you got these little mag extensions here. So that's pretty cool. And then just kind of going over the features of it. This gun is safe, but I'm going to keep my hands off the trigger and keep it pointed somewhere safe and not clear it. So you have this kind of aggressive grip texture. To kind of, it's almost like factory stippling or something. It's pretty comfortable. We have the safety. In this case, this is a safety gun. as opposed to, you know, the Glock that does not have an actual thumb safety like that, or the other Smith that does not have a safety as well. So that thing's just missing and there's a little filler plate. The sights, like we talked about, they're 2-dot sights, as opposed to the Glock over here has that sort of U-shaped white sight that it has. So that's kind of the gun in general. It is almost exactly the same size as a Glock 19 when you stack them up on top of each other. So all in all, it's a very, very similar gun. And I don't know why Smith didn't really do this earlier, because the full-size M&P 2.0 is it's almost impractical, you know, as a carry gun. It's a little bit big. It'd be like toting a 17 or something. But so this is kind of their, I think this is going to be the one that's probably a little more popular, just like the 19 is in general a little more popular than the 17. So you got the nice case, you got the lock, you got the instructions and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to shoot it a little bit, kind of see how it does. So I'm about 10 yards out or so. I'm going to start running the Glock 19 first. It's a gun that I'm already familiar with. I've already kind of been a Glock fanboy. I mentioned that the other guys in the shop prefer the M&P, that I'm not necessarily the guy that's in love with the Smith and Wessons, but I'll run this Glock real quick just to kind of establish a baseline, and then we'll shoot the Smith and see if it does any better. So now we're going to give this Smith a try. I've always kind of heard that Glock is not a super accurate gun. That was a Gen 4 I was running. The Gen 5, they're supposedly putting a little bit better barrel in it. I don't know how true that is, or if that's just anecdotal. I've never been super accurate with a Glock. I find that other guns, as far as grouping and things like that, shoot better. So we'll see how this Smith does, and maybe it'll do better or worse. I don't know. We'll stick the mag in there and do it. So that's about 10 yards out. Let's, I'm gonna grab the camera and we'll go down there and look and see how it turned out. Let me set the gun down there. So I felt like it grouped a little better just when I was out there looking at it. So we'll see. So the one on the left is the Glock. I do feel like it was a little bit wilder. I feel like a lot of that probably, I don't know how much of that was me and how much wasn't, but, you know, I feel like some of it's gone. Whereas the Smith, it does seem to be a little bit off to the left, because I'm kind of consistently shooting here. But it does seem to group a little bit better. So I'm going to give it a second try, and then we'll see if we can kind of establish consistent results. All right, so we're a little closer at about 5 yards out. I'm gonna run this Glock 19 real quick and see if I can be a little more consistent with it. Let's try a little closer in with this Smith, see what happens.
That was terrible.
So let's look at the targets from the second pass. Now I am shooting kind of cruddy old PMC ammo that I dug out of a box. Not trying to make excuses for my crappy shooting, but it is definitely not any kind of like match grade ammo, anything like that. So here are the targets. The Glock's over here on the left. You know, you can see it grouped together okay. And then over here on the right's the Smith. I kind of tried to take a little bit more time and hit with it, but you know, I didn't sit there and rest it or anything like that. So all in all, I think they shoot pretty close to the same. Like I said, this was the it's kind of hard to tell because I put more holes in it. That was the Smith before, and then, well, you can't really tell. But at any rate, I think they both shoot okay. So the question is, you know, which gun was better? Asking from a guy that's generally more of a Glock fan. And I would say that, you know, the Smith's a little bit more comfortable. It is cheaper, and it's a little bit nicer, honestly. There's a little bit more fit and finish, I think, and maybe that's because the Glock is, you know, kind of a, I don't know, combat gun, no frills type thing. But it seems like that this Smith they just paid a little bit more attention to the way that it looks, and you have the safety options and that kind of thing. So I don't know, if I had to pick a winner, I might say that the Smith's a little bit better, even though you know, I don't know if I'm going to pack my closet with them like I have Glocks. So guys, leave us some comments, let us know what you think about it, and sorry for my crappy shooting. You guys have a good day. Hey guys, it's Mr. Guns. Thanks for watching our video. If you thought it was cool, go ahead and like and subscribe. We should have a bunch of cool stuff coming in the future too. Or follow us on Facebook and Instagram if you just want to get good gun deals or see what we got going on. The links will be in the descriptions below. So thanks for watching the video, and we hope you'll follow us in the future.